What's the deal, everybody? It's your girl Tamika coming back with y'all with another story time. Okay, so during my first story time, I start coming up with all these other little stories I want to tell y'all. So I'm just like really geeked. So this story time is called Story Time. The time I decided to get my first job. Okay, so let me be clear about what led me to get my first job. I didn't get my first job because I was super broke or I was this teenager that just felt like I wanted to have my own money so I can get what I wanted to get. I wanted to pay for my own shit. No, I didn't have to do that. Fortunately, or is it unfortunate? Because I never had, when I was in high school, I never worked at a fast food joint or anything like that. Like at 16, I didn't rush out and get a job. I didn't have to. My mother gotten remarried and she worked very hard. My stepfather worked very hard. And my father was a great father. Not only did he provide for me and my sisters, but he wasn't one of these dudes that cared about being on child support. Like, he was like, yeah, put me on paper so it's documented, and shoot, if I can't come off no extra, at least I know my kids are at least getting what they need every month out of my check. And you know, whatever else I do, great, that's extra, but at the end of the day, I know consistently they're being provided for. So with that being said, I didn't have to work. My dad provided, my mom worked hard. I wasn't around here being fast, so I didn't have any children. It was just me. I was just being a regular teenager. So I got to live carefree. And I got to live carefree until I was 21 years old. And I know you guys are like, dang, how did you go from, not getting a job until you was 21 to like now, you seem like you the hardest working woman on YouTube, Everybody call me the Jamaican. Like, I got 3 jobs, Mom. And so I kind of want to share how that happened. Okay, my first job actually came about because, again, I didn't have to have a job. Even at this particular time, at 21 years old, I was just about to graduate from community college. My dad, unfortunately, had a very bad car accident, which led him to lose his leg. So I stayed home with him, helping take care of him, with therapy, taking care of the bills, the house, the day-to-day stuff. And he had money from his lawsuit. He got early retirement from a very great company. So I didn't have to work again. All I had to do was focus on school and focus on him. And then my little sister lived with us, so I helped take care of her. So my life was very full, early on in life. So I didn't really have to. I went from being very privileged and blessed to kind of having to take on a household. So again, I didn't need to. And then I also had, if I needed my own little money, I had work study. Because again, I was in college. But with that being said, college was not enough for me. I mean, if anybody's been to school and don't have no kids and you just going to school, it's, even a full-time schedule, you have a lot of time in your hands. And I was very kind of like immature when it first came to school. I would go to community college and just go in the fall and the spring. I would never go in the summer like some little high school kid. Like, oh, it's my summer break. And as I got older, I was like, that was such a dumb move. Like, why wouldn't I go to school year round? But however the case, my first couple of years of community college, well, it only took me 2.5, even with me taking off the summer, the first year. But suffice to say, my second year in community college, I even went in the summertime. But I still had all this time on my hands. Like, I'll be at the park with my friends, just drinking, hanging out with dudes. And I was at the park one night. Like, it was like 2 3 in the morning. I was sitting up here drinking. And everybody just sitting up here partying. I'm just looking around. Like, is this my life? This cannot be my life where all I'm doing is just drinking and just up all night doing absolutely nothing with my life. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to school, but obviously it ain't enough because I'm doing nothing. I mean, when I still got time to drink and just party my life away, I could be doing something else. So again, like I said, I was sitting up there watching all my friends and having a good time. I'm just like, wow. So my best friend kid is like, what's the matter with you? And I'm like, I need a job. She was like, what? Like, she was just shocked. Like, it's 3 in the morning, we partying, we at the park drinking, and I'm just all of a sudden just had this epiphany that I needed a job. So she just started laughing. But I was dead serious. I was like, I need a job. I need to do something more than just going to school because it's not occupying my time enough. Like, I just don't want this to be my life. I just don't want this to be a situation where I get accustomed to this, where I'm getting accustomed to just doing a bare minimum in life and just spend the rest of my days just drinking and hanging out. Like, I want to be a success, and I know the way to be a success is to actually start doing things to occupy my time and start doing things that will help me get to the next level. So, that was a Sunday night. That Monday, I got up in the morning, and I wrote a list of places that I wanted to work. Because remember, I didn't have to work. So, I had the luxury of writing a list of places I wanted to work. So, I wrote places that I would want to work and started calling. And wouldn't you know, I got 2 interviews, and then also I found out that there was a job fair at a place that I really wanted to work, and that job fair was that day. And I was like, okay. So I went to the 2 job interviews, and it went okay. You know, I thought I was gonna get it, but I went to the job fair, and it was at the place that I really wanted to work. I mean, this place does this venue does concerts, they do plays, they do some of everything. And I've always wanted to work there. Been there several times. I was like, oh, it'd be cool to work here. So I went to the job fair, rocked the job fair, and I got hired. And I've been there ever since. Even to this day, even with me having a 9 to 5, even with me getting this promotion, I still keep it because it was my first job. You can work as much as you want because they do work around your availability. And I just love the atmosphere. Like I said, they're like family to me. And it came into my life when I really needed it. I really needed something. Because when I tell y'all, when you're young, you have all that time in your hands. That's how a lot of people get off track. So shout out to them giving me an opportunity. And I'm still with them now. Matter of fact, I still even got my 2nd job that I got. Like, that's how I got 3 jobs. I still have my 2 part-time jobs and this job because I just always think that you just never know what's going to happen. And I always be in a position, I always think you should put yourself in a position where you have a plan B. So, you know, my little part-time jobs in my plan B. And yeah, that's how I got my first job. I just really needed something to do to help start me in the right direction. Okay, y'all. So that's my other story time. So till next time, y'all. Peace and love.